Sleep. It is like another dimension of the mind. The sound becomes surreal. Senses become enhanced. Let us unlock this door with the key of imagination. In it, we move into a land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. Today, friends, we go into nightmares. Let's start off simple. Nightmares are defined as an unpleasant dream that can cause a strong emotional response from the mind, typically fear, but also great sadness. The dream may contain situations of discomfort, psychological or physical terror. Sufferers often awaken in a state of distress and may find themselves not able to return to sleep for a small duration of time. Things that can cause nightmares are stress, trauma, sleep deprivation, medication, a simple scary movie or book, and other disorders. Such as a problem at home or school trigger nightmares. A major change, such as a move or the death of a loved one, can have the same effect and can partake in the stress section. After a traumatic experience or event such as an injury, nightmares are prominent as PTSD. New changes in your schedule or not sleeping at all can cause nightmares to occur. Some drugs, including certain antidepressants, blood pressure medications, and drugs used to treat Parkinson's disease or to help you stop smoking, can trigger nightmares. The more common factor is watching scary movies or reading scary books. Some medical conditions and mental health disorders, as well as other sleeping disorders, can be associated with having nightmares. There are possible treatments for this, of course. If the reason you have these nightmares is because of a medical issue, then that is aimed at the underlying problem. Stress or anxiety can play a big role in this, so you could do counseling, therapy, or try stress reduction techniques. Medication is rarely the answer, but it's only used for severe nightmares. The part of the brain that causes these nightmares to occur is the amygdala, a mass of nuclei buried deep in the temporal lobes of the brain, which controls responses of fear and rage. Stimulations of this region cause arousal and the readiness for fight or flight. So when you awaken from the nightmare, you find yourself hot and sweaty. A common mistake that people make is confusing night terrors with nightmares. But there is a distinct difference between the two. A nightmare is simply a bad dream that is easy to wake up from, and one would find themselves hot and sweaty and in a short state of panic, but nothing too serious. A night terror, on the other hand, is a deep sleep that is not easily broken. Sometimes when a person has night terrors, they can give off the impression that they are awake, but really they are still in the state of deep sleep. Night terrors are partial arousals from sleep, during which an individual may sleepwalk, shout, thrash their arms, kick, or scream. Treatments for night terrors include improving sleep habits, addressing stress, and though rarely needed, medication can be used much like the nightmares. Night terrors involve waking up suddenly from a deep sleep about 15 to 60 minutes after dozing off. Victims may find themselves jumping out of bed and may begin to feel extreme terror. This is often accompanied by fearsome hallucinations, which vary from the difference of fears. This begins the fight or flight response. The fight and flight response is an evolutionary instinct which helps us run from emergency situations with a rush of adrenaline. The fear is intense and the sufferer will often scream and shout and be highly motivated to get away. In addition, night terrors rarely occur in adults, while nightmares are experienced by people of all ages. Though nightmares and night terrors are two completely different sleep experiences, they can be handled with the same manner. A good example of a night terror is the movie Nightmare on Elm Street, for the children in their sleep could feel and experience the entire situation at hand with Freddy Krueger. But as the adults saw them, they were in no danger, but simply screaming and thrashing their hands wildly. Much like the concept of Nightmare on Elm Street, many people believed if you died in your dreams, you would die in your sleep. That has been proven scientifically wrong.
sleep again.